Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
And 3.
Number 2.
Hello with a 1.
Woohoo!
America post Thanksgiving. We are back, and you are.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this right here is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. Thank you. Right from the back. We're doing this on November 30th. It is my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Liz.
Happy birthday, Mom. So she will be hearing this. Hopefully, it'll be a day or two after. But hey, there you go. So I'm not going to give her age.
That would be very ungentlemanly of you.
But she's not to you. She's not to your dad. Your dad's got a few years on her. But
yeah, I got a few years on you.
That's right, Liz. Hanging in there strong. We had a chance to spend some time. We were down for the Thanksgiving week. Had a lovely time with
Good.
Mom.
Yeah, y'all were there the whole week.
Pretty good part of it, yeah, with my my mom and my family, and staying with Cindy's family. So awesome, all good. Now, right before we came on, you were sharing that your Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
had a little excitement leading into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving started off kind of with a dent, so to speak, or
A dent.
a large dent. So my daughter goes to University of Houston, and she was driving back Tuesday evening. She was supposed to wait. She had said she was going to wait till Wednesday morning, but then she decided to come back Tuesday evening. She had an exam Tuesday afternoon or something. And about, I don't know, I guess 8:30, 9 o'clock, my wife's phone rings. It may not have been that late. And I can hear the crying on the other end of the phone. And it's like, what happened? So got in a wreck in beautiful downtown Crowley, Louisiana.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Crowley. I've got a
Crowley.
brother-in-law from Crowley.
Dude, if I'd have known.
Well, I mean, he's from there, but he's got
there?
family. No, he's got my brother-in-law Eric's got family all over Crowley, probably armed. I know they're armed.
Well, it was, she ran in the back of somebody, so she was at fault. Said she was coming over an overpass and traffic was stopped. She has an older Jeep older than mine. Totaled that baby.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, you buried the lead there, bro. You said, I took
said
it.
a dent, but
Man, that's awful.
She was on I-10, and she's fine. So that's what's important.
Well, I took it as that. I mean, I figured that would have been the lead.
Yeah, on the way back now.
What did she hit?
Back of a pickup truck that was stopping, and so I'm guessing he was probably stopping, and which pulled his back end up, and she must have gone under that. So we had to go to Crowley to pick her up, and I mean the cop said, "Well, I can drop you off at a truck stop, or you can just come wait at the police station." And thankfully, she waited at the police station.
They got better food at a truck stop, and
it was and then there's construction all over the place. So it took us a couple hours to get there.
Oh my gosh! So she's hanging out at the police station.
At the police station, just sitting in the lobby by herself. Bless her heart.
With her luggage.
Yeah, all her stuff.
Wow.
Because if you've watched this before, heard this before, she swims. So just because you're off of school don't mean you're off of swim. Because we got home about midnight. At 6 o'clock the next morning, she was at the swim club in Baton Rouge, working out.
Ooh.
But so we went back on Wednesday to just go get the rest of the stuff out of the car. And when I tell you, dude, the front end's bashed, no lights, nothing. One of the wheels is broken. And the guy at where it was towed to, I guess the record yard, said, "Oh, well, that's the guy. That's what caused it right there." And I said, "What do you mean?" and he pointed to an 18-wheeler that was also towed there. He said that guy fell asleep just ahead of where your daughter wrecked and caused everybody to to hit brakes. And he flatbed 18-wheeler flatbed trailer. He was hauling granite countertops, which
Whew.
half of which flew off on the interstate. So they had to shut down the interstate going in that direction.
And this was at night.
Yeah, this was that night.
So an 18-wheeler guy driving an 18-wheeler, which I used to see these guys on the road and think, well, at least these are some of the more qualified drivers.
Yeah.
Right? You always thought that. I always made fun of the U-Hauls and of the Ryder trucks because you knew those things were being driven by people like me who might not know what they're doing. But you always thought, the big professional trucks
Yeah,
were
I knew what they were doing.
fell
Well, I
asleep, huh?
think taking a nap while you're driving separates us all.
So is that what the story was? He fell asleep while
That's what the guy at the record yard said. I mean, so it didn't. Yeah, don't mean that she still hit a guy from behind. So
he did enough to throw
he
countertops
did
onto
enough to
the
throw
road.
traffic into that whole. All right, we're gonna stop. Where it's everybody chain
And she
reaction.
was unlucky enough
Stop
to
it
be coming over the
over the
overpass
overpass. Yeah,
where you
no,
can't see it coming from miles away. It's just
right. So, but then said in the summer I had changed out the stereo system in her car. I had it changed out and put like an Apple Play system and everything in there. And so I said, I'm not leaving that freaking thing in there. So I went, changed it. And the guy walks in and said, you're really not supposed to take stuff out of the car. I said, I'm taking this out.
yeah, stop me.
Yeah. And I said, I got another radio I'll put in there, but I'm taking this one.
I'll be
So,
darned. So yeah, you were doing this at a wrecker.
yeah, it's just like where they haul them. It's not like a body shop or anything. There was no place to haul it. They just, the cops call the wrecker service and they just bring it to their yard.
And they brought it to their yard and they start charging you immediately.
Yeah, that was
No,
my
dude, this
whole
is a
thing.
scam. Bro,
But
stay. I wish you'd have told me before. Maybe you've taken care of this because man, it is a freaking
no, it's
scam.
insurance will cover it. But because I even called the next day and said, well, can I get it towed here? And they said, no, don't worry, it's all going to be covered. So,
They're lying. Yeah, no. Here's the
yeah.
game. Look, and don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
they charge you storage fees. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, and they try, and then whether they have their own yard or they cut a sweetheart deal with somebody else, they don't bring it to where it's convenient. They don't bring it. They don't
Well,
bring it
and the
necessarily to
one
where.
thing that threw me off was when we called the cop and said, okay, is there a place where I should have it towed to or in the area that you would recommend? He said, oh, we already had it towed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well,
They're,
that's,
they again, the cops, and this is, unfortunately for now, you had a bunch of wrecks back in your day, but it's been
yeah.
probably been a minute for you. I had one, I guess 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. That's the one I said that it was the first time in my life I bought myself a car that, a yay me car, like brand new. I was a Mercedes. I'll tell you right, a
Yeah.
little Mercedes SUV. It was a yay me, look at me, still some, car. And ended up, unfortunately, having totaled that thing. Only car I think of. No, maybe I've totaled one other one in my life, but I totaled it before that car even had an oil change, man.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
oh, dude, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That car had not
I
had
didn't realize. I never heard that story.
brand new, had not even had its first. I did it coming out of a parking lot and it was a church parking lot, which shows you what's the weirdness there. But anyway, getting back to your point,
Yeah.
I learned my lesson there. Now I was a little banged up. I was, not I was not concussed, but I was a little
Yeah.
stunned. And yeah, the cops' goal is just to get this over with, get this out. They don't
Right.
care.
Right.
And sometimes the tow truck guys will ask you, where do you want it towed? Well, guess what? Nobody would you know your preferred storage yard one? No, none of us do. So I'm like, and they got some kind of deal with somebody else, and they're all paying each other on the side to get your car where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody either there or one of their partners yards, and then the rent starts on it from the minute
Right.
it
The
gets.
minute, and then I can't move it, and because
Yeah.
even the guy said, "Oh, it's going up. It's total. They're going to just selling it to a salvage yard in Baton Rouge. You could have just had it towed there." I said, well, thanks. I appreciate that.
or whatever. Yeah, nobody knows. I thought, yeah, but it shows you how bad my car was. Well, it shows you how cars were at the time. Again, I'll get back to your daughter, but the car I had, again, was brand new. And shout out to USAA. We even joke about this. Whatever the agent was that somehow talked us into buying replacement coverage,
Yeah.
which we never would have done before.
Yeah, I don't. I think we have it on here, and I don't have it on any of my other cars. And it may have been because all my other kids have totaled cars too.
So your car. So how is she? What's she riding in now?
Mine.
So you're the one without wheels now.
Yeah, that's how that works, isn't it?
It's good to be. It's good to be that generation. I total my car, and now I get to drive my dad's newer Jeep
Yeah.
around town. Well,
So we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I could bike to work, but of course, it's gonna be storming all week, and I'm not doing that.
man. Well,
I'll deal with that next weekend or something. I just didn't feel like dealing with it now.
well, I'm glad she's okay. Glad, and she's. You said
But it
she.
don't take much now for cars to total out. I mean, and granted, she was traveling at interstate speed, so
No,
but
but that's
it's
a
maybe
point. Well,
a
look,
car now, it'll
this is
collapse.
this is what I learned in my car. Like, and one, I'm telling you, the car it had not had its first oil change
Yeah.
yet, but I believe the frame might have been slightly bent. And it didn't look that bad from the. I mean, I guarantee you that engine was still good. It had some stuff, but whatever it was, and I was shocked when USA came back and totaled it.
If that did your airbags go off?
Oh yeah,
If the airbags go off, it's pretty much done.
yeah. Airbags went off. That's when I learned, and I was wearing short pants because it was a warm summer day, and I had cuts on both my shins. Not deep cuts, but cuts from the rear. Yeah, I'd never been in a vehicle with
Yeah,
airbags
I've
that
never.
deployed.
Yeah. Last time I wrecked hard, there was
It's there's a ringing, it happens fast, bro. It's not gentle. It ain't a
no.
gent
That's her wrist was bruised up, and that's from the bag hitting.
man. It's and then you kind of figure out and there's a little bit of smoke in the air when it happens because of the power, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like that's what I said, when you get into a wreck like that, the first thing going through your mind is, am I alive or am I dead? And the scary part is you're not sure at first. It's like, wait a minute, am I like there's smoke? Is this a cloud? What am I,
Yeah.
like, please don't let me start looking from above, and then okay, then it's but yeah, well that's a sad way to start a Thanksgiving. Sorry about
Yeah. Well,
look at the upside, right?
yeah. Could have been worse.
Now why was she was swimming the next morning? Are they required? Like does she have to log in or she just
No,
being
they swim every day, man. They still like she didn't swim Thanksgiving morning, uh, but she swam Friday and Saturday.
okay? So they just figure you just need to
Yeah,
there's no rest,
that
huh?
whole thing of one day out of the pool it takes you 2 days to catch up. So I don't know.
It sounds like a motivational speaker that came up with that, man. I
Yeah,
don't maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. But okay, well, down one. Hey, but did you save the ducks?
she did. She got all the ducks. I said, let me put that crap in my Jeep.
Get all those ducks. Well, okay. So let's so that was I'll put that as the most exciting thing to happen in the Baton Rouge area this week. The second most exciting thing, I guess, is Lane Kiffin. Right. Well, today we're doing this on a Sunday, like I
Yeah.
said, Sunday, November 30th. Again, happy birthday, Liz. Looks like a couple 3 hours ago, it was. I guess it's done.
Yeah, it's done now. At least everything that I'm seeing on national media says it's done, dude. It was like, and I watched, and this is the stupidest thing. Dude. I kept flicking, like trying to find it yesterday. So now, of course, my entire feed is Lane
Yes.
Kiffin.
You'd have sworn yesterday, trying to watch some college football games, that it was ridiculous on the Lane watch and everything. But and I've been texting a buddy of mine, my buddy Doug. Yeah, I've talked about Doug before. Doug works for the governor, and he's Mr. LSU. I mean, he's just. I know there are about a million Mr.
Yeah.
LSU's, but he's that guy. He goes to most of the games home and away. I mean, he's like,
Oh wow.
oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. He is that guy. But so we've been texting back and forth about the Kiffin deal and stuff. And here's what's funny, and I think I mentioned this to him. The guy who owes Lane Kiffin the biggest thank you is Brian Kelly,
Yeah.
because apparently Kiffin, before he would do anything, talking and everything, said, "Y'all got to settle this Brian Kelly mess.
All right.
This
All
has
right.
to be done and off the table before we even talk." So they kind of did it quietly. You know what LSU is doing? They're paying Brian
They
Kelly
paying them off.
$52 million.
Yeah.
There was no like, hey, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that,
And
and
forget all the stuff we supposedly got on you.
oh yeah, all that. But they still got it. They got all the dirt in the world on them,
Yeah.
but they're gonna pay him.
I'll bury that.
So yeah, Brian Kelly needs to be sending a big thank you to Lane, who's going to sign whatever his deal is. And it's what I told my buddy Doug. So the clock is ticking right now, and LSU needs Lane Kiffin to do something he has never done before he does something he always does. What he has never done is won anything.
Won a national championship.
Oh, no,
won
he's never won.
conference
Dude, he's never won
championship,
anything. He's never won jack. He's been on Nick Saban's crew, right? He was but apparently that ended so well that they didn't even acknowledge Kiffin during Saban's retirement. Like,
Well, because he left and went to, I think they hated each other at that point.
I don't know if they hated or
I
Alabama.
think when Kiffin was the offensive coordinator for Saban, they didn't get along. Saban took a job with University of Central Florida or something.
No, Kiffin did.
Kiffin did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it was at the end of the season, and they said, "You ain't coaching in none of the other games. Bye."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
So
he's been run off.
no, that's
than
dude. He was
not.
fired on the tarmac at USC.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what it's going. And hey, LSU fans, enjoy the next 2 to 3 years, because
People are
that's
they're gonna like Lane early on for sure, more so than they did.
well, Brian, of course.
And because Lane he's a smart ass, and they like that here.
He's going to be.
I like that.
Yeah, he's going to be snarky. They got to win.
Yeah.
They got to win, and that's going to be the deal, because they're going to be paying him. I think he's probably going to be the highest paid coach.
If not, then it's gonna be tied, I think. So
Okay, so highest paid, and they're going to be paying $1 bajillion for the athletes.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
so you got no excuses. I think you got 3 years. You better be in the semifinal game at least in the
And
first
I
3
just
years.
wonder, see, I don't know how this goes, but it's like, what level of, I guess they tell him how much he can pay assistant coaches as part of that deal, because he's bringing a slew of assistants with him.
Well, and again, LSU, get ready for what's coming, because I have never seen, and I'm not the expert on this, and others can chime in, and I'm sure they will. I don't know that I've ever seen a coach do what Lane Kiffin is right now doing to Ole Miss. Now Ole Miss may have brought a little bit of this on themselves, and listen, man, you got what you knew you were getting. It's the frog and the scorpion, right? That's the old story. Hey, bring me across the river. No, I'm not gonna. You're gonna sting me. No, I won't. The frog tries to cross the river. Scorpion stings the frog right as they start going. The frog's paralyzed now. They're both gonna drown. The frog asks the scorpion, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "It's what I do." The scorpion.
I never heard that.
Oh, you've never? Oh, Juan, you've never heard the frog and the scorpion? Okay,
No.
I just butchered it. I did it really quick because
It makes sense.
right. The scorpion wants to cross the river, and it's trying to convince the frog, "Hey, ride me across the river." And the frog's saying, "No, you're gonna sting me, and if you sting me, it's gonna kill me." And no, I won't. I promise you, we're gonna get across. And then as soon as they start, the scorpion stings, and that's the thing. So now they're both doomed. That's what the frog says. Now, I'm going numb. We're both gonna drown. Why'd you do it? Well, I'm a scorpion. That's what I do. And that's look. I'm not calling Kiffin scorpion. I'm just saying he's gonna do.
No, last week, and it's not about money, because it's just, I think Ole Miss offered to match it.
Right.
It's the Saban said last week on game day, he gave a good analogy to why football or college football is so flawed with all of this, because you've got the transfer portal opens up, You got National Signing Day opening up all
Right.
before the end of the season.
Yeah, they got to fix all. I mean, that's all. I
Right.
say they
And I
got to
think
fix
this
it.
will probably get it done.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, yes.
but yeah, it's supposedly what Kiffin was telling people in Mississippi, or his whole offensive coaching staff was, if you ain't on the plane then tomorrow,
Right. Those of you that have, and I don't know if he offered to bring the entire crew over or what's the
yeah.
story, but I mean, they're gonna let him pay whatever he wants to pay. There's no limit on that. There's no limit on what they can pay Kiffin. There's no limit on what he can pay his assistant coaches.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the deal Ed had when Ed stepped in there. He paid Brady and who was the other guy, the cat that ended up at Baylor.
Oh, Arando.
Okay, so he paid those two guys. He made them, I think, the highest paid
Yeah, I think so at
assistant.
that point.
So, all right, so that's gonna happen. And those of you that aren't interested in LSU football, I'm sorry about this. It's just
Yeah,
sort of
it'll
the
be interesting though, because they play LSU plays Ole Miss in Ole Miss next year.
yeah.
So
Doug said he is going to be there because I texted saying that is going to be a high security issue. I
well, they
mean,
showed, I saw
there,
earlier a
dude,
clip when,
that's going to
because
be a
he went from,
bulletproof vest kind of situation.
so the first time he went to Tennessee with Ole Miss, all the Tennessee fans where he had formerly coached were booing the snot out of him. And he said, the announcer asked, "What do you think about all this?" He said, "I think they love me."
Well,
Um,
look, he's a rich guy, going to be a richer guy. It just shows you as the world turns, time cures everything. There was a time not all that long ago. Lane Kiffin is fired on the tarmac at USC. There's a thing: is he ever going to coach again? People are saying, "Well, yeah, he's kind of good and he's young and blah blah blah." Here we are, these years later, and the world was waiting on edge to figure out what Lane Kiffin was going to do. Ole Miss, sorry, kind of sucks. Having the season of your life. You got it. You got your guy, but he did the Scorpion does. What the Scorpion
yeah,
does.
Ole Miss
He,
hired their defensive coordinator, is now the new head coach, not interim.
yeah. Well, and Lane Kiffin is never happy where he's at. When things are good, he's bored. He wants something bigger. When things are bad, they get tired of him. He becomes insufferable. So get ready, LSU. That's what's coming. But try it. Hopefully, the next few years are going to be fun, and we'll see what happens. The thing is, there is a such thing out there that still exists. Texas still exists. Georgia still exists. Alabama still exists. Florida still exists.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the rest of people want to believe that LSU now. Ooh, we got Lane Kiffin, and we vowed to spend all this money. Man, look out! Listen, Ohio State still exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah.
there you go. So good luck LSU and all that. So besides that, your Thanksgiving was
Yeah, it was good, man.
besides starting off one car down.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, we did. It's kind of exhausting because we do the both families on Thanksgiving Day, but yeah, I was off Wednesday. I was off Wednesday, obviously Thursday and Friday.
Oh, there you go.
So that was cool. I hadn't been off that long in a while.
Good deal. Did you eat?
Um,
Did you eat the? We had so much freaking food. I mean, that's not a complaint. I mean, that was awesome.
No,
But we
I
had
just
a bunch
I
of
ate a
families.
decent amount. It's the Joey's family doesn't. I don't know, and I always tell people that the biggest downside of the holidays is my mom's not around to cook anymore because she cooked everything
Okay.
and did it really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Take that for granted.
yeah, Joey's family does more of a I don't know. It's not the Thanksgiving spread that I would go for.
Yeah, we
But
had.
they did have a few options on boudin, which was great and new for them this year, which I
Really?
really
Okay.
liked.
I'm not a big boudin guy. Other people are like, what I'm saying? Boudin is one of those things that some people are like, oh, man. Yeah.
No, I can't eat a lot of it just because it's like, like they had a couple of the things like a fist-sized boudin ball, and I'm not
I
into
got you.
that, but it
Yeah.
had like some good grilled
No,
sausage. and everything.
we had the, you kind of put out the text chain goes out, who's bringing whatever, so,
Yeah.
and then some of us, my one sister brought a turkey, the other brought the ham. Nephew made a gumbo, good gumbo. Somebody taught the boy well. Shout out to Adam. Just in a ton of sides. Like my
Yeah.
wife did, and her mom did So like that's the other thing, kind of convenient. So my
Oh,
wife's,
so your in-laws go to your mom's house too?
yeah, it worked
Ah,
out
see,
that
that's
way.
nice.
Works out that way because yeah, it's kind of funny too because we have other people that they kind of are shocked by that, like, oh, they get along. I'm like, well, yeah, they get along. What are you
Why wouldn't they
talking?
not? Yeah, Joy's mom used to come sometimes. This is her dad's family,
I
and
mean, we're sort of like we all in the same family now. We
yeah,
share,
yeah, heck yeah. That because that's the hard part about holidays when you got to split it up.
right. That's the other thing too, because this was the first time in a while, and it's mostly because of us. We live in Texas now, and we try to. We can't make all the holidays, but
Yeah.
first one that me, my three sisters, all their kids, everybody. So we had every living person
Mm-hmm.
was there. So it was very nice. Bunch of you know. And there's some stuff that man I really like, and it's only once a year we get it, like a corn casserole. You might not know what a corn casserole
I
is or
do
tastes.
not.
Man, it's got some cheese in there. It's kind of sweet. Corn casserole is great. An artichoke casserole, that's hard to beat. Um, I don't even know how many versions of macaroni and cheese. Man, everybody had different macaroni and cheese. Bunch of potato salad, homemade bread, bunch of pies, cheesecakes. I mean, it's just like it's one of those. There's so much food that you get annoyed because you try to eat a little bit of everything, and like I get annoyed, like saying I should just grab one thing I really like and just fill up on that.
Just stick with it.
Yeah, because then you get full too, and even though when stuff tastes good, it when you're in pain, I found I got you eat yourself to where like you're not comfortable,
See,
but you
on
feel
stuff
like you
like that,
got
though,
to
I'd
eat.
rather pick all day. Just all right, I'm gonna go grab a little plate
I
of
know,
this, a little plate of that,
I
grab
know that's
some,
a first world problem, and there are parts of the
yeah,
world that were just like I'm sitting here complaining about being in pain from eating too much, but that's you know good problem to have, and then after that is trying to make sure everybody goes home with something because you don't have room to store everything,
yeah.
right? And your refrigerator ends up with just you can't even see what's all in there. I just randomly grab something, but it was all good. Good. The Martin grandkid outside event this year instead of croquet was bocce ball. Uh,
What is bocce ball? I
it's an
know I've heard of that.
Italian game. It's sort of you play on the lawn. There's a little ball, little white ball you throw out there. Then different teams have their colored balls, which look like croquet balls, are a little bit bigger, and you roll toward the little ball, and it's just closest. It's like a closest to the ball gets points. Or I wasn't playing. I was driving a golf. I was driving a golf cart. It was a beautiful day
Yeah, it was a pretty day.
so we were out there doing that. But that was fun. What else is going on this.
Yeah. So here we were talking about eating. So you had texted the other night about or that you were in Popeyes and that you had been waiting
Ah,
for 20 minutes or so.
all right.
Then I texted that I was getting ready to go eat dinner at Waffle House, which I love.
These are the
And
scintillating text conversations we have. We had our buddy who
and
made
was sure that I would have absolute great service. Well, I was wrong by long shot.
You
So
had bad service in a Waffle House, huh?
bad service by Waffle House service standards. So that's saying a lot.
I have not been in a
Uh,
Waffle House in many years, so I really
dude, I
don't.
love Waffle House. So
I
that
just
was
see the videos of the fights all the time. I don't.
yeah. Riley's the one who wanted to go. So, but we go in and the waitress comes up and we order and yeah, I'm not massively. I always order the same thing, and I know the chances of my eggs being anything less than greasy and slim and none. My
Right.
bacon's going to be prepared somewhere between burnt and raw, and likely on either side of that spectrum.
I prefer burnt. Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well. But I always push and said, okay, I want my hash browns scattered and cooked to a crisp. And I say, you see how brown it looks in this picture? That's how I want it. Don't be the food photographing me on this thing. And I said, then I want I want a large milk, but I don't want it until my food gets here. Okay? Don't want the milk to sit here and get hot, or I'm gonna
Those are
drink it all.
pretty. Yeah, those are pretty basic.
Right.
Well,
So waitress comes and puts the milk down on the table. Yeah, almost immediately after taking the order and puts the other
this is the
thing.
same waitress you told don't bring me the milk into the food.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, I'm sending this back. And then Ryan said, don't send it back. Just don't make a
Don't
I
make a
said,
scene,
I
Dad.
said, I'm not making a scene. I ordered this. I'm paying for it. I'm not going to be ugly. And she said, I just don't like that social confrontation. She said, I went through the drive-through this morning and ordered a coffee for me and one for mama, and they only charged me for one. And I knew that, and I didn't say anything. So I knew they weren't going to give me the second one for mom. But I didn't say anything. So you screwed your mom out of a coffee.
Well,
It's like, all right, whatever. I won't say anything. But then here comes a waitress. She slaps down the food. Both Joey and Riley's orders are totally wrong. Um,
okay.
Mine puts it down. The my hash browns that I said cook,
Right. You wanted them dark. You wanted them.
crisp, are about as white as a pure piece of paper.
Oh God.
And
Uh,
so Joey said, "Well, this is not what I ordered." And I said, and while we're at it, I said, I ordered my hash browns scattered and cooked to a crisp. And then so the waitress is just looking at me like with a blank look on her face and saying nothing. That's what I said. Does that look like it's cooked the way I said?
without any great details, how old would you figure this waitress was?
Ah, tough to tell.
Was she
Probably
young, like a Gen Z stare? They don't know how to
no,
communicate, or
no,
was she
just
older?
dumb.
Where okay, all
In
right,
their 30s, I would
okay.
guess, early 30s. Um,
It's like we seem to have reached an impasse.
yeah,
You have not listened to anything, and you brought us what we didn't order. We are now informing you, hey, this is not what we ordered. Now what?
right. And so then she goes. What does she do? Um, she takes the plate back, and then the bacon's still sitting because they put bacon on another plate. So you might as well take that back too, because it's gonna be cold by the time you get the rest of the food here.
Oh, now dude, you're not like me. I worry when I send something
Yeah,
back.
then you sit down, but that they
I don't
spit
want
on
it back. I don't want it back. I don't want you touching this stuff anymore.
it. So no,
Uh,
I wanted it all. I wanted a whole new set of food redone.
right. Okay. If you
But
can show me, it's a whole new set of food.
well, it's Waffle House, you can see. But so then the fry cook guy, whatever the cook guy comes up and said, "What'd y'all order?" And we told him, and he kind of rolled his eyes like at the waitress. Uh, then we're now about 10 minutes later. We still don't have our food. The waitress comes back to the table for the first time. It says, "Can I get y'all anything?"
You
I said, "Other than my food, no." And I told Riley, I said, "Yeah, I was thinking maybe this is her first day on the job, but now I'm thinking it might be her first day on Earth."
well,
But so then the guy brings back the food, the cook guy, and he says, "Okay, what can I get?" We said, well, "She never brought us any silverware." Um, and they had the whole deal. I don't. So she comes back and she meticulously places three napkins on the table, and then puts a knife on each one. I'm like, look around, woman. What am I eating with a knife in Waffle House? I just give me a fork. That's all I need. You can hand me the fork. Uh,
so you
but then when we're ready to go, I said, "All right, you gotta give me the bill. Give me this, yeah." And I was never rude to her. And when I tell you, she just disappeared again. And so I go up to, you can just walk up to the register at
yeah.
Waffle House. And so I'm standing up there, and the lady said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, I asked for my bill about 10 minutes ago, and your girl hadn't done anything with it." And she said, "Oh," and she says, "Can you get them that ticket?" And she said, "Oh, okay." And then she starts feeling around in her pockets. And then I notice she goes take somebody else's order. And then I announced a couple minutes. I said, "I'm happy to leave without paying if y'all can't charge me. I'm okay with that." And I see the woman pouring syrup on somebody else's stuff. She lost the whole ticket book.
That's when, here's where we're a little different how we handle. And my family knows this too. They start breathing deeply when these things happen because of how I respond. I get up and bust tables myself. I will get up and I lose patience. Like I'll figure out ways. I'll go pour my next. I'll figure even if it's not a self-serve pour, I'm gonna go find it. I've taken the pitchers of water off of the waiters' stands, stuff. I will walk. I will go find. I will walk behind something and grab a pitcher and fill everybody's glasses at our table. Silverware, not a problem. I'll either go steal it from somebody else's table. Done that 1,000 times. It's like, so wait a minute. You got all these tables here. And actually, it's the bus boys that do that. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. It's the a lot of times it's the host that do
Yeah,
that.
well, not at Waffle House, not.
Exactly. So no, I'll 100% do that. And the same thing. Like, if you're not going to send me the bill, I'm going to estimate what we got here. Right. And I'm not gonna go heavy on the tip. I'm gonna go like, okay, I figure, okay, that was
No, that was a zero tip. I've not done zero tip in a long,
yeah.
long, long time.
Yeah, it all, and especially if but I don't send any. I never send anything back ever. If they want to replace something, that's fine. But yeah, I don't send anything back that I want to see again. Just like, no,
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 no.
no, no. Like I said, I
All right,
wasn't
right,
seeing
right.
any of that again.
No, 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 no. Well, and this started off. You were telling me the Waffle House thing. I'm at Popeyes. I'm the typical Popeyes across from the hospital. Those of you know it, and I can tell you about any Popeyes, y'all, because it's all the same. We've said this before. Popeyes food is so good that you will put up with awful service. You will,
Right, right.
you
The most
will
awful service that you think can't get any more awful.
comical, like
You'll go
service
back to
that
a
is
Popeyes and they'll
comical.
beat it.
Like if you snuck into somebody's house and caught them off guard while they were doing something, they'd be more interested in serving you a meal than when you get to the Popeye. I mean, and I get it. I totally get it. Now, that said, there's been a handful of situations in the past, and I've actually, I've written about them, with where they've been surprisingly good. I can remember this specific Popeyes once many years ago. Whoever the manager was, and I was only there for like 5 minutes, but I watched her interacting with people, and man, she was on top of things. She was far too competent to be at Popeyes. So I don't know what happened.
She's probably like a regional manager, and she was coming in and showing them how
I
to
don't
do
know,
it.
man, but she was good. Well, this time they got this young girl working the counter, man. And I'm not like, okay, you said the joke before. I'm not sure if this was her first day on the job or on Earth, but man, when I say it didn't look like she comprehended where she was, and then unfortunately, right before I get there, you would normally think at like a place like Popeyes, if somebody gets to the counter right before you figuring, okay, that might take another 30 seconds to 60 seconds, right? Man, at Popeyes, if you and someone else are walking up to the counter to order, you run, trip them, step on an old lady if you have to. Do not let anyone else, if you can avoid it, get to the counter to order before you, because that might be a 10-minute process you about to watch. And that's what happened here. So this guy, shout out, and I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just painting the picture. This guy looked to be about probably not my age, but not all. He was within 15 years of me, right? I'm going to guess this guy was in his
The other customer or the guy
customer. His customer. And he had his woman with him. No, I don't know. I was trying to figure out who's paying, because it's her or him. And I mean, he had on his hat kind of backwards, but kind of crooked, some neck tats. He looked like he had a life story, right? And this was like in the evening. At 4 o'clock or so, 5 o'clock. I'm getting an early pickup. So this might have been their first. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the backstory is, but they were ahead of me. This guy starts ordering, and she's ordering, and they're discussing what they want. And then the young lady is looking at them like she's at a zoo watching animals behind glass. And I'm just watching this bizarre dynamic happening in front of me. Okay. And then it takes a while, man. And he actually ordered, and then I want an apple pie. I'm like, this apple pie is here? I'm just like, he's ordering crap I don't even know is on the menu, man. So, 'cause I'm very simple. I'm like, give me a whatever family package.
chicken.
All right. So,
Give me some biscuits, some chicken.
so Juan, this is a long process ordering. Dude goes to pay. Now, here's where I went, and I had sympathy. I went from being annoyed at these people to going like, oh, this ain't right. So he ordered, his order comes out, and it's like, I don't know, 20 something dollars, $30. The guy only has on him like a $20 bill and a $100 bill. And he wants to pay. He hands, they won't take a $100 bill at Popeyes. And he's just like, what? Well, it's all I got. What do you mean? And she's like, I'm gonna try to recreate it. We can't take 100. I mean, and part of me's like, that's legal tender, babe. I mean, this is called cash money. Everything's so expensive in the world today. $100 is not what $100 used to be. $100 used to be that's a
right.
big
It's
night on the
hard to get
town.
out of Popeyes unless you're even by yourself sometimes. Yeah, and again, holiday weekend. I would think there's not a lot of people walking in there, or it's probably pretty common for people to be ordering for multiple people. Hard to
Dude,
get out of there for less than 20, for less than 20
so
bucks. So
maybe she didn't have
you should have a
change
decent amount of 20s
or something.
change in your register.
So they're at an impasse. So apparently this guy doesn't have a debit card or a credit card, and neither does his woman here. So and it's only us. It's him and me standing behind. I'm trying to mind my own business, and he turns to me. He says, "Bruh, can you break 100?" And I would have if I could have, man. I had like $70 on me, which
Yeah,
is a lot for me. I don't a lot of times I
yeah,
don't care,
I don't carry cash.
And man, for a split second, I thought, oh, hell, I'll just buy everybody's dinner. I don't care, just to speed it along. But I thought, no, because then I'm gonna have to talk to them, and I was just like, man, I'm sorry. And now here's what's funny. While I'm doing this, my son, I could probably almost see him, is working the drive-up window at Synergy Bank. I mean, like if I take a step back,
Oh,
look at,
you're that close?
oh yeah, they almost share a parking lot. He says, yeah, you smell when he's working, you can smell Popeyes all day. So I said, there's a bank right there. Then I thought, yeah, but you're not a customer of that bank, and they're
Yeah,
not
they
going to
ain't
break
breaking
up.
that 100.
And
Just
I thought, oh man, I'm not going to send the problem Abe's way. So then the guy said, well, and I think there was like a convenience, no, there's a pharmacy or something not
yeah.
far from there. So anyway, these poor people left. They said, well, I guess we're gonna come back. So they after taking 5 minutes to get their order, they walk out. Then my employee of the year needs to have her manager. She has no idea what to do with the fact
Avoid the ticket.
she's got no idea what to do to. So when the manager comes over and asks what's going on, I swear to you, I honestly think this young lady, this young clueless lady thought we're just gonna wait for them to come back. Right? I'm standing there waiting to place my order, and I really think in her head, she was like, well, they said they're coming back. So wait. We're gonna shut operations down while
Would you mind waiting, sir, on the slim chance that they do come back?
and then I got my order placed, right? I wanted the what is it, the 18-piece family, blah, blah, blah. It took me 20 seconds to place my order. Took them 15 to 20 minutes to get me my order. Why one? Because apparently regular chicken is not the big thing. They got all the spicy ready to go. You order.
I don't know. When I ordered spicy a couple weeks ago, they didn't have any.
Well, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I see she's loading up some of my stuff slowly and doing a few other things. And after about 10 freaking minutes, I got enough time to text you guys. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, and I just said, hey, what are we waiting on? She says, we're waiting on some breast. You want to substitute something out for the breast? I'm like, no, I've been in like 20 minutes. No, I'm not gonna. At this point, I'm not gonna say, yeah, take
You're sacrificing meat there.
if you told me, like, one time I was there and they were waiting on wings, they didn't have wings, and she said, can we substitute breast? And I'm like, wait, you're gonna put,
3 times the meat.
dude? I remember that time I had like 6 or 7 chicken breasts. I'm like, well, Popeye don't care, but anyway, all I know is you don't wait like that at Cane's, Juan.
You don't.
Not
Chick-fil-A either.
Cane's is correct, but
You know what? The Cane's and Chick-fil-A, they serve chicken, so they think it's a good idea to have chicken prepared.
They might have it, but I tell you what, Juan, as frustrating as all that was, got back to the house, bro. That's good stuff.
That's what I'm telling you, man.
Freaking Popeyes, man. It's just not even fair. It's not even fair. Their service can suck. They can do whatever.
Popeye, somebody in college ought to do research on that just shows that your level of tolerance for bad service goes up to infinite times.
Popeyes level,
based
man.
on the quality of the food.
Yeah, man. You will wait forever with
right, and it's not just like I said, it's not just, hey man, a lot of people here. It takes a while. Yeah. Nah, be there by yourself, bro.
Let's look at some other things I got jotted down here. So we're not going to get too political, but we've been talking politics. I want to be fair here too. I'm taking 2 things because anybody who watches the podcast knows We try to be fair. Try to say like, we obviously we lean more right than we lean left, but we have friends. I've
Hmm.
got dear friends who are as liberal as the day is long. We have fun. They think I'm crazy. I think they're crazy, and we just, God bless America. Everything's good. But I always said, I pox on both of them. They're idiots on both sides.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna do two things. One is a politician who I think was going to be a train wreck and still might be, but I've been impressed with this week is the mayor of New Orleans, the new mayor of
Yeah.
New Orleans. She, I'm not a fan of and maybe it's just a generation thing. I'm not a fan of she's always on a walk with the selfie camera talking, and
Yeah.
it's almost like we're in a club together. She's
She's
just keeping it
TikTok mayor.
right. Okay, so but I mean she's an attractive woman. So and I do also notice that people that are more attractive than the norm like doing that a little more. I mean that's
Well, you
okay.
got something to put out there.
So but I had her pegged for, and she obviously, like most politicians, she's got some narcissism in her and everything. But I've been listening to stuff she's doing, and like her meetings with, and the budget cuts, coming out with the budget cuts.
She's
Uh,
gonna go and she's gonna furlough herself, which I
she,
think just means she ain't gonna get paid.
well, I want to say it's 1 day per pay period that all these people
Yeah,
get
that's
furloughed.
typically how they'll do that stuff when you
Yeah,
just
so it's not
yeah.
going to be like she's not working for free, nor is she asking any of her staff, but they're going to get furloughed 1 day per pay period. I'm guessing that's probably 1 day every 2 weeks. So that's a let's say it's a 5 day. It's
Yeah,
probably
it's ten
10% pay
percent.
cut. Okay, it's 10% pay cut. So shout out to that. She's eliminating a lot of jobs that either aren't necessary or are not currently filled. What is it? And they're cutting $14.7 million for programs that were tied to the pandemic.
Oh
Yo,
my God, what are we gonna do?
well, that's what happens, and that's how they get you all the time, guys.
Hmm.
That's the thing with government. When they throw money at something, it's almost impossible to get rid of it, and people just, and there are certain agencies that don't know what they're going to do without the money. Well, what were you doing without it before? Okay,
Hundred
that's
percent.
so so again. So I want to just go on record say now I could come back and say, okay, I was wrong. She's a nightmare, but I was impressed with the stuff I saw, the way she's handling certain things right now, and up now plus, she's following the destroyer. She's following
Yeah,
Latoya.
not hard to be. Yeah, the now I did see something in New Orleans news this afternoon. That the big hat chief of police there, or whatever her
Yeah,
title
yeah.
is saying if ICE comes to town, not helping you. It's a civil thing. We don't enforce civil law. So
Well, what a okay. I tell you what, that's how this mayor. No, no, I don't think does the chief of police work at the pleasure of the mayor?
I think so.
See, that would be the one. Hey, in fact, I would vote. I would vote for her. I would figure. I'd start looking at voting dim if she did some kind of stuff like that because it's like because that person's a train wreck. That the big hat granny chief of police that was terrible where she was in California came here. She is an absolute train wreck. Um, and hey, I guess what the National Guard is not in New Orleans by accident, y'all. The
Dude, I saw some pictures. I'll send them to you. Like some of the Humvees
sure,
in the French Quarter there today pull up today, waiting because
bro.
that's tomorrow, December 1st is when they roll out.
I live in Sugarland, Texas, which is not right now a bad area, but it's all coming. I mean, Houston, I was doing something the other day and I saw, and I guess some of the Sugarland fire and police and everything, they had some vehicles out there in a public place doing something. And Sugarland has one of the police vehicles, as they call it, I don't know what kind of emergency thing it is. Dude, it looks like an urban tank. It looks like if the city of Sugarland decided we were going to go to war with Stafford or Missouri City, or we decided we were going to take over Rosenberg, Texas. Look it up on a map. Y'all, these are all around us. That's what we'd roll with. I mean, because I'm sitting there going, what? Why?
Yeah,
Why do
those are
we
like
need
those
this?
SWAT vehicles, those armored vehicles, and
Oh,
it looks like a I guess if the Cybertruck had a big brother, because it's kind of that
Right.
stealth
Right.
shape to it and everything, if it's what I'm
So
thinking of. But
So yeah, good luck with all that, New Orleans. But again, I guess shout out. I think the mayor looks like I
yeah,
look doing good.
like I said, can't do worse.
All right,
So
so I'm paying a compliment to someone who's on the other side, and I'm calling out my side for being the idiots we are. We talked before about MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's still insane. She's the stuff she's doing is driving. It's like, hey, babe, you quit, right? You can say all you want about whatever. You got your feelings hurt. Now you're out there. You quit. You didn't put it.
they should have treated her like they treated Lane Kiffin. No, you quit. You out of here.
Out of here.
Can't be hanging out.
Correct. You can't just declare I'm going to hang out until my pension. And by the way,
Right.
who else vests at 5 years? Show me another profession that you get insurance for life after 5 years on the job. Okay, that'll show you what these people are about. Anyway, but she's quitting 2 days after she vests or whatever. So great. Candace Owens is still, and she's gone more crazy than ever.
Dude,
Put it this way: we are all either in horrible trouble. We are. If she's right, it's all over. But I think she has become the greatest narcissist online. And my representative, my guy right here. In fact, Juan, on this phone right here, I have the number. I've donated money to this clown. I shouldn't call him a clown. But anyway. So my congressman is announced he's retiring. All right, he's only been there 5 years. He came in the same class as MTG. Okay,
who's
Troy
your dad?
Nels. Troy
Who?
Nels. His name is Troy Nels.
Yeah,
He's the biggest Trump supporter in the world. I mean, I literally like if he's somewhere with Trump, Trump needs to announce when he's going to stop because Nels will run right into the back of him. Okay, he all of a sudden announces he's after having conversations with his family, he wants to spend more time with his family and do whatever. Really? And then he has a twin brother. I'm not making this up. And when I say twin, I mean identical.
Identical.
His twin brother announced at the same day when the other one says he's going to run for the. I'm like, what kind of seriously, what kind of clown show is this? And by the way, the brother I don't think has ever won an election at anything. He's lost elections that I know of. So it's like that's what I'm dealing with. So wait a minute, I got a guy who claims he's the biggest Trump supporter in the world. Now Trump's not leaving. He's here for another, right? He's here
3 years
at least. But you're bailing. But your brother is gonna. That's almost as messed up as
save some money on the headshots. Yeah, they look alike.
So I'm just gonna say that right now, guys. That's where I'm at. I'm praising a flat out. I think intensely liberal Democrat in New Orleans for at least talking sense. I mean, she may, but she's talking sense. And then the folks that I would normally back on my side, I don't even know what to do with them all. Throw them all, But what was the other thing on that? I was going to say it's almost as much of a mess as you see the metropolis of Golden Meadow.
What's going on in the GM?
Man, so I don't know because first of all, hey, Advocate and NOLA, I'm not paying to read a story in either of your online things. Okay, so whenever somebody on Facebook posts a story that's being covered by NOLA.com or whatever, hey, forget it. I don't. Okay, but
hit me up if you need a login. I got my before I left my former employer, I set it on renew.
Okay.
Well,
Look for it because
apparently
there's a stink going on. So the Golden Meadows tied up I guess the chief of police was the guy that got in all kinds of trouble for erasing years of records and. Okay.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
And then apparently the story is that they just arrested some woman there in Golden Meadow, and all I know is something was tied to OnlyFans.
Oh man.
Okay. So the story I'm kind of picking little bits and pieces from the comments is that a woman that she's claiming that they lied about something in order to have reasons to arrest her. Anyway, they arrested somebody and it's somehow tied to OnlyFans. And I don't know what that whole story. Let me just say this for the record. I've never been. I'm vaguely familiar with what OnlyFans is. I've never been on it. I have no idea, but I know it's not. It seems to me that OnlyFans is the difference.
It's not a wholesome dating site, as I understand.
No, apparently it's like I read somewhere saying, hey, like basically, hey, babe, just because you film yourself being a prostitute, don't mean you
Right, and that's
that's not art. Hey, taking degeneracy and filming it doesn't make it art.
so I don't know the legal aspect of and what constitutes prostitution and things like that,
Correct.
or if anything such behavior can happen uh, on OnlyFans. But I mean, I guess it's like any other
So apparently
adult website. But
something going on in Golden. So follow that up. You can give us a story next week, Juan. We'll break that one. On this day, on my mom's birthday, of course she wasn't around at the time. On this day in 1803, as we record this today, Spain sold the Louisiana Territory to France. Okay, I sort of forgot that. So Spain transferred it to France. 20 days later, France transferred it to us. So I just want to say France basically flipped Louisiana is what it did. Right? Flip this house, flip this territory. So they started tying into New Orleans because New Orleans was the biggest part of that deal. New Orleans,
I was thinking about that the other day. When did our people come down from Nova Scotia, Dave? Was it before Louisiana was a territory or after? I guess it was after.
I should know these things.
I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was trying to see if I could get me some, I don't know, maybe some.
Shout out to that young guy that does Louisiana Dread. You ever seen that guy?
Yeah.
He's good. I like that kid.
Maybe I could open a casino or something if I'd been here before that or something.
Yeah. So that's going on. I for the first time in a long time this weekend I was at my in-laws' house in Houma, and they still like the papers. They get the physical paper. So I was reading the Houma Courier. It's trash, y'all. Houma Courier is like it's not. I'm not just saying it's a Gannett paper. I think now, dude. What do you figure? I didn't look at the numbers, but what do you think? Like, say Houma Terrebonne, red or blue, right? What do you think? What do you think the percentage, let's say Trump got votes in Houma Terrebonne?
Oh, I would think 80%.
I mean, I guarantee you. Like, we're talking the land of people making their own handmade Trump signs. Okay,
right. I think it was our buddy Rick who back in 2020 commented that he had driven through Houma and saw more crab for sale signs than he saw Biden signs.
Okay. So Houma Thibodeau, that area, it is a very conservative, and they got one. I guess the comment's still around, but the Courier, but it's a Gannett paper, dude. I'm not kidding when I say this.
Absorbed into. I mean, it's the same thing basically.
I counted 4 negative Trump stories in just and look, the news section is I'm holding my fingers up, y'all. If they're just about touching, like I'm talking, the Houma Courier now is back like the Lafourche Gazette when the Lafourche Gazette was like barely hanging on there. There's not a whole bunch there, and I'm going to tell you, half of the stories had a negative for no reason.
Well, here's what I can tell you about that. In a bigger sense, newspapers now, they don't make their money selling ads in newspapers. They make their money selling digital ads through their online space. They also do email campaigns and stuff like that to their subscribers. I know that's part of what I buy from newspapers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't buy any print ads. But we had the credit union I work for had an event a couple of months ago down in Houma, and I wanted to buy an ad for it weeks before the thing. So I'm leaving messages, every place I can find, or this number's disconnected, all off of their website. And I'm saying, okay, I want to buy a full page ad. And nobody would call me back. And I'm sitting there saying, dude, I'm just trying to spend some money with you.
I'm trying to buy a full page ad in your paper, and I can't even find someone to take.
I can't get anybody to answer the phone. I can't get a number that works. Or when I do, I don't even know if it's the right number to call me back.
Apparently, if you left a message saying I want to run an ad that says Trump sucks, they'd have responded, dude. They'd have driven to your office.
A couple of weeks later, I got a call from Chicago, the Gannett office in Chicago. So, point being, probably a ton of their content is coming from
yes, correct,
a non-Houma Courier.
You may get
content
sports
generator.
You may get some sports coverage local.
Yeah,
but that's it. But that's pretty much. And and I should say that. Listen, it was a great paper. I don't know. It probably still is. They probably still have some fine folks that work there. The local folks are probably, and they don't control what the mothership puts out there. But I was struck by that. I was just like, dang. I mean, if I'm sitting in Chicago, if I'm sitting in a major city, if I'm sitting in a blue state, a blue city, I'm going to expect that, yeah, okay, this thing is skewed.
Right.
Dude,
You
I'm
think it would
sitting in.
reflect the local? Well, considering it's a local paper.
Yes, it's got the word Homa in it. Oh, well. All right. It's about time to get on out of here. Also, want to shout out to young man Alex that helped me and my wife and my mom this past week at Verizon getting a new phone. Getting Liz, it's time to get to get a different phone. Anyway, dude, if all the difference in the world is if you got somebody who knows what they're doing and wants to help you.
Let me tell you, I can attest to that.
I
Because
have.
you can go, we have AT&T. I've had Verizon too as well. But dude, you can go to one of their stores and they'll give you one thing.
Yep.
And you go to a store 3 blocks away and they'll give you something totally different. And by different, I mean, they'll say, oh, no, you're eligible for this. Then you go to the other one. No,
They
you're not
lie. They
eligible
lie.
for
They
this.
lie. They lie. And so, in fact, if those of you that read my newsletter, well, I have a story about this cleaned up version a little bit. Yeah, I called. We tried to make an appointment in Homa. Online. It said, hey, we got an appointment, but it may take 2 days to get a confirmation email, which makes no sense at all. We don't get it. I call. I swear to you, if you'd have told me that a random drunk customer answered the phone, I would have believed it because the young lady that answered the phone was as clueless gets. Not helpful. So we decided we're going to go to Thibodeau instead, right? Go to Thibodeau, did whatever. Young man named Alex, he spent 90 minutes with us. And it could have been 4 hours had this guy not known what he was doing.
Yeah.
Good. Help us out. Help my mom transfer. We got everything transferred the phone, sync up the wall. I mean, this dude did basically the tech support with us for 90 freaking. So good that my wife made a point of we bought like another $300 of chargers and cases and whatever. I snuck out to the Smoothie King next door and bought him a gift card.
Ah, look at you.
Came back and before, when we left, and I just sort of just, say, hey, man, this is, well, yeah, dude, because it is a night and day. And I recommend that to people everywhere, man. If you get it, if you can,
That's a great thought.
if you find somebody who's actually
Confident at their
helping,
job and willing to help you.
man, make that guy. I want to share. We talk about this too. It's kind of funny holding this up. I got this in the mail today. It came in a box. I'm like, what the heck is this? My United Million Miler. Dude, I didn't even know they did this thing. It's hysterical. It's a little it's a desk thing, and this comes out.
Put a little picture in there or something?
Yeah, the plan, it says, I've been a member since July of 2001. It tells you which flight I was on and the number when I hit 1 million miles, which tells you how long it took.
Now, I tell you what, I can make it better if they put a little sound card in there and played Million Miles Away by the Plimsolls.
Okay, I think you get that when you become $2 million. $2 million. But what's weird is so I probably had 500,000 or more miles on Delta before, so I didn't start flying United till we moved here. But that's weird. 24 years and 3 months to hit.
Oh, dang! And you fly a lot.
It tells
Shows you how far 1 million miles is.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 1 million miles is a lot, y'all. Everybody thinks like, oh, I flew to New York, 10 times. That ain't nothing, bro. That might be 20,000 miles total. Yeah. It takes a bit. So I'm just going to show that. So thank you, United, for sending me that. Even though I've cursed you like a dog all year long, you stranded me, and some of those 1 million miles were flights I had to take because you left me somewhere, United. But hey, appreciate the gesture. All right, y'all. Buffet's before you. What you going to do? It's there. Pick what you want. Throw away what you don't. We're going to push the button. Get on out of here. See if any of that stuff stuck to the magic tape up in the sky. If you want to reach us, it's not hard to do. It's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com.
Right here.
Top of my head, somebody.
Gene. What up, Gene? My foot's fine, bro. It's been fine. Okay. I didn't get no money.
Got no money. Okay. If those of you, that was a question. I'm glad Gene brought it up. I took because you don't complain about it. Juan mangled his foot
about a year ago. Impaled my foot on a piece of rebar in the parking lot.
Okay.
Or rebar.
There you go.
And nothing.
But there you go. But he's doing well.
I'm doing well.
He's line dancing with the best. Line dancing
the Footloose, bro.
All righty. Hey, and every week we tell you it's not a hint, suggestion, or an implication, y'all. It is a freaking
mandate, bro.
Live your best life. Get out there, live your best life. We hope you had a great day today. If you did, do that again tomorrow. You got it in your head what it looks like. If it wasn't a great day today, Do something
Yeah,
different.
just gotta, as my pastor said in church this morning, to win it, you gotta be in it. Get yourself involved in the day.
All right. According to Juan's pastor, to win it,
Right.
you got to be in it. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna live our lives this week. Get back together next week, compare some notes, and see how it all went. We hope you all have a fantastic one. We hope your daughter doesn't put a scratch on your vehicle, Juan.
Yeah.
Good. Glad she's okay. Glad you guys are all right. So everybody, be good out there. Be safe. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. So, in church this morning, so Joey and Riley work in the little cafe, which means they stay later than me. So I went ahead of them because I had to get back to watch the Saints debacle. But so then, Riley texted me, said, "Hey, you want your donuts and Diet Dr. Pepper?" And I said, "Duh, I'm at church." I may have to find another church, Dave. They are not carrying Diet Dr. Pepper at my church anymore. They said they won't sell it, and they're not selling enough, and it goes stale.
Wow. You don't mind stale?
I said, right. I said, hey, if you'd have told me, I'd have picked it up. I'd have picked up the pace. So do you have a mini fridge in the back so I could bring some for myself? We'll be here for 3 services on Christmas Eve. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Come back Catholic, Juan. Come back Catholic. We got wine. That's actually blood. If you sneak some early, it's wine.
It just depends when you hit it up.
Certain part of the mass, different things are different. But well, hope you can deal with that, bro.
Hard times, man. Hard times hitting my church. Calling a different one tomorrow and see if they got Diet Dr.
Any church out there offering Diet Dr. Peppers and maybe Hugh Big Pies, you'll have one. All right.
Could be.
One would go Muslim for that. Maybe not.
No.
It's over. Go home.